Elly De la Cruz might be the most electric player in baseball today. His April 2024 never been done in the modern era. I mean, come on, 8 nukes and 18 steals in a month? But what if I told you that after his 2023 season, I wasn't convinced? You might even say I was worried that Elly wouldn't live up to the hype.
Dwight, you ignorant slut!
Oofta, was I wrong? But I didn't think that just to be the one person not on board the Elly hype train. Nah, blame the numbers. So today, I eat crow, baseball fans. Using the big 3 statistical resources available to us, today we unpack Elly's 2023 season, including several valid reasons why I was super concerned. For example, did you know that he was 12% worse than the average major leaguer in 2023?
What?
We then dive more into his historic start to the 2024 season, including why I was so wrong. And no, it's not just the nukes. But it doesn't stop there. We conclude this puppy by breaking down what's actually changed in the underlying data from 2023 to 2024 to explain the difference in production and maybe even predict what we can expect to see next from Elly. Spoiler alert, it's potentially historic. Buckle up, baseball fans. It's time to head back just a year this time, because
I was wrong.
What Elly De la Cruz has done to start 2024, combined with his analytically poor season last year, and the other craziness you're about to see, he might not just be the most electric player in baseball today, but he might be the most electric player we've ever seen. Welcome to Good Vibes Baseball. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. I do appreciate you either way. Now let's get into some good vibes, shall we? Elly De la Cruz is a unicorn, no doubt about it. The 6'5" shortstop has the ability to unleash 103 mile-per-hour throws from short, hit 450-foot plus nukes, and was clocked at 14.96 seconds from home to home on an inside-the-park homer.
He's a freak. He's a fast killer.
Yeah, dude's a freak. But for all of the highlight reel plays, what do the numbers say? Well, in 2023, they definitely didn't match the hype. Focusing on some of my favorite stats across all 3 major baseball statistical resources, we see that 2023 was a tough year for Elly. From Baseball Reference, we see that in 388 at-bats, he posted a batting average, on base, and slug line of 235, 300, and 410. With 13 dingers and 35 steals, that's pretty good, but worth all of that hype? Knock those steals down to 30, and in 2023, 13 other players had stat lines similar, just better than that. Josh Lau had 7 more nukes and only 3 less steals. Elly only had 15 doubles too. Elly did have way less at-bats, but struck out 144 times, 3rd most of that group. But also looking at the more analytical numbers, we see his OPS plus was just 88, his WRC plus was just 84, and his respective WARs, just 0.8 BWAR and 1.9 FWAR. For someone who is being anointed the next face of baseball, he was actually worse than an average major leaguer according to OPS plus and WRC plus. And of that previously mentioned group, his BWAR is 2.6 wins less than the closest person. Even Baseball Savant and its stats designed to show you exactly how well a player is performing in very analytic ways didn't necessarily speak that highly of Elly. It confirmed what we knew. He's really fast, can throw really hard, and when he makes contact, you can put it on the board, yes! But those chase, whiff, and K numbers are not something you're bragging about in the group chat. Elly De la Cruz's 2023 was absolutely electric though. He became the first Red since 1919 to steal second, third, and home in the same inning. He was also the youngest player to hit for the cycle since Cesar Cedeno in 1972. But I've seen the hype before. Remember Dominic Brown?
How dare you?
Sorry, Phillies fans, but experts thought that he would be better than Mike Trout when he was coming up. So that's why what Elly's done to start 2024 means even more. He's proving me wrong, and in historic fashion. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s 2023 was historic. 40-70? Never been done before.
It was amazing.
Sound familiar? Well, it should, because Elly De La Cruz's April of 2024 also hadn't been done in the modern era. 8 nukes and 18 steals in a single month? That puts him on pace for a 40-90 season.
Seriously?
Sure, times have changed, but no one else is on this type of pace. But it's not just his nukes and steals. Elly has improved all across the board, and it's a little scary. Remember that 235, 300, 410 average on base slug line from 2023? Well, through May 3rd, 2024, he's posted a line of 288, 392, and 586 respectively. In about a quarter of the at-bats of his 2023 season, Elly has put up just 5 less nukes, already walked half as much, and has posted a 175 OPS plus and a 172 WRC plus. He went from 12% worse than the average major leaguer in 2023 to 75% better than the average major leaguer this first month plus of 2024. What's even more ridiculous are his respective WARs. He's already over doubled his entire 2023 B-WAR with 1.9 so far, and has matched his entire 2023 season's F-WAR with the same 1.9 wins above replacement. Plus, he's been being this productive while still flashing those outstanding tools. He uncorked a throw from short in 2024 that was initially clocked at over 106 miles per hour. It wasn't official due to an error with the reading, but if you've seen it, 106 felt right. We already talked about the 18 steals in 1 month, but heading back to Baseball Savant, we see that he's currently put up the 4th fastest sprint speed in the league in 2024, which is still slower than his top speed in 2023. But the biggest difference in his personal Savant page? There is so much more red.
The red is the good parts.
He's improved in every area except for his whiff rate, including his K percentage and his walk rate. And that right there is part of the answer to why he's been able to put up this historic pace in 2024. But it's not the whole reason. Okay, I was wrong. I'll admit it. Elly De La Cruz's April 2024 was historic, and I'm all aboard the hype train.
All aboard the pain train.
But my concerns were very real. He struck out way too much, didn't walk, and wasn't squaring up pitches that he should have been. So what changed? Well, I think it comes down to 3 things in particular. His pitch selection, the damage he's doing on pitches in the heart of the zone, and the combo of how hard he's hitting the ball, plus the angle at which he's hitting it. We can see that he's improved his walk rate from just 8.2 in 2023 to 13.5 in 2024. He's chasing less pitches and walking a lot more. Can't steal if you're striking out. He's also been lethal on pitches down the heart of the plate. His slugging percentage of .923 to start 2024 is tops in the league. Last season, he slugged just .574 against pitches in the heart of the zone. That's how you make me a believer. But he's also improved his average exit velocity, barrel percentage, hard hit percentage, and sweet spot percentage to start 2024, and not by a small margin.
Why don't you explain this to me like I am an 8-year-old?
Essentially, he's hitting the ball harder and at an optimal angle more often. In 2023, it felt like he did nothing but ground out. Not in 2024. He's putting it all together, and that's why we're talking 40-90. He's that electric. So really, what's next for Elly? The 40-40 club is still elite. No matter how the game evolves to favor steals, the players with that combo of power and speed who can actually square up the ball that often are in a special category.
It's true.
That's what makes Acuna's 2023 season so special, and also why we get so invested in these unicorn-type players. The thought that you can witness something that will be talked about maybe 200 years later is so alluring. That's why we tune into every Elly at-bat. The possibility that we could see an in-the-park home run, or maybe a traditional nuke that soars 500 feet, or maybe he walks, proceeds to steal not just second, but also third. He might not even stop there. He might steal home too. Elly De La Cruz is the most electric player in baseball today. In 2023, it was purely potential and tools though. In 2024, he has improved his traditional stats, analytics, and even his batted ball profile in just 1 year's time. And he's still got room to grow. His whiff rate has actually gone up in 2024. His batting average on balls in play has been pretty high since his debut. And he's still striking out way too much. But with how he's shown he can improve in other areas in such a short amount of time, I think Elly just says,
challenge accepted.
So 40-90 might not be a dream, but could be his new norm. Yet no one has even had 2 40-40 seasons. And Elly turns just 23 in January of 2025.
What's that?
Yeah, it's nutty to think about. So after all of that, is Elly De La Cruz the most electric player in baseball history? Maybe.
Coward! Coward! Coward!
He is must-watch television and has been since he entered the league. He does have all of the tools and is evolving into a true major league level 5-tool player from a production standpoint. And he has already shown an insane improvement in pretty much any statistical way that we can track. So I don't know about you, but I'm convinced I was wrong about Elly De La Cruz. That's gonna do it for today, baseball fans. Thanks so much for watching. Do you think Elly is the most electric player that we've ever seen? Is he actually going to create the 40-90 club? Let me know down below. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. I do appreciate you either way. Also, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. But until next time, baseball fans, cheers!